You spend more waking hours at work than almost anywhere else, more hours than in church, more hours than in prayer, more hours than with your family in most seasons of life. And yet most Christians have never been taught how to bring their faith into that space. They treat Sunday as sacred and Monday through Friday as something separate, something God is present in on the margins, but not really in the middle of. Because God never designed your faith to be a weekend activity. He designed it to be the foundation of everything, including the work you do every single day. If you have been struggling to connect your faith to your job, this is for you. This changes the way you see your work. Because a faith that does not follow you to work is a faith that has not yet taken full root. A life divided between the sacred and the secular is a life under constant internal tension. You cannot be one person in the pew and another person at the desk and expect to have peace. God is not the God of Sunday mornings. He is the God of every moment, every meeting, and every decision your work puts before you. Colossians 3:23-24 says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward." Whatever you do. Not just ministry work, whatever you do. That means the spreadsheet, the classroom, the construction site, the hospital room, the boardroom. All of it is an act of worship when it is done for Him. Understanding that changes everything about how you show up. Here are 5 ways to honor God in your job starting today. First, bring integrity to every task, especially the ones no one is watching. This is where faith at work is tested most often and most quietly. Not in the big ethical dilemmas, in the small ones. The report that could be inflated without anyone noticing. The hours that could be rounded up. The corners that could be cut because the deadline is tight and the standard is inconvenient. But hear this, brother. God is always watching. And the person who behaves differently when no one is looking has not yet integrated their faith into their work. Proverbs 11:3 says, "The integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity." Integrity guides. It is not just a moral quality, it is a navigational tool. The person who commits to doing the right thing, regardless of who is watching, will find that their path becomes straighter and their conscience lighter. Let your work be the same whether your boss is present or absent. That is integrity. And that is one of the most powerful testimonies a Christian can carry. Second, treat every person at work as someone God has placed in your path. Your coworkers are not random. Your clients are not coincidental. The difficult colleague, the manager who seems impossible to please, the team member who frustrates you most, none of them ended up in your daily life by accident. God is intentional about placement. And the person of faith who recognizes that begins to see work not just as a place to earn income, but as a mission field. Matthew 5:16 says, "Let your light shine before others that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Your good deeds, not your Christian vocabulary. Your deeds. The way you respond under pressure, the way you treat the person with less authority than you, the way you handle conflict with grace instead of retaliation. That is the light people cannot look away from. And it starts with seeing every person around you as someone worth your genuine care. Third, bring your best because God deserves your best. Mediocrity is never a spiritual virtue. And yet many Christians treat their work as something they merely survive until something more meaningful comes along. They give the minimum required to keep the job while saving their real effort for things that feel sacred. But that division insults the God who gave them the work in the first place. Ecclesiastes 9:10 says, "Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might." All your might. Not enough to get by. All your might. Because the Christian who brings excellence to ordinary work is saying something about the God they serve. They are declaring that He is worth their full effort, and that declaration is heard loudest in the quality of work you produce when no one is requiring you to go the extra mile. Go anyway, because he is worth it. Fourth, guard your speech in the workplace with the same seriousness you would in a sanctuary. The office has a culture, and that culture often includes gossip, complaining, and conversations that slowly corrupt the person participating in them. The Christian who is not intentional will be shaped by that culture before they realize it is happening. Let's be honest. The way you talk about your coworkers when they are not in the room reveals more about your faith than the way you pray when you are alone. Ephesians 4:29 says, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen." Only what is helpful, that is a high standard for a Monday morning, but it is exactly the standard God set. And the person who holds to it will become a stabilizing presence that people are drawn to without knowing why. Your words at work are not separate from your witness. They are your witness. Fifth, trust God with the outcomes you cannot control. This is where faith at work becomes most personal. The promotion that went to someone else, the contract that fell through, the evaluation that was unfair, and the temptation is to take matters into your own hands, to maneuver, to manipulate, to use what the world uses to get ahead because God does not seem to be moving fast enough. But Psalm 75:6-7 says, "No one from the east or the west or from the desert can exalt themselves. It is God who judges. He brings one down. He exalts another." He exalts, not the right connection, not the well-timed self-promotion, God. Your career is in his hands and always has been. And the person who genuinely believes that works with diligence, without the exhausting anxiety of someone who believes their future, depends on their own ability to secure it. Do your best. Trust him with the rest. That is not passivity. That is faith in the workplace. So how do you begin living this out today? Start with one prayer before your workday begins. Just this: Lord, this day belongs to you. Use my work and my presence for your glory. Then carry that into every meeting and every interaction. When a difficult moment arises, ask, what would honoring God look like right now? When a temptation to cut a corner appears, remember who you are actually working for. And at the end of each day, offer the work back to him, the wins and the frustrations, all of it as an offering from someone who knows the work was never just about the paycheck. The decision is yours. You can keep treating faith and work as two separate lives running in parallel. Or you can let God into every part of your Monday the same way you let him into your Sunday. The office is not outside his presence. The job is not beneath his attention. And the life that honors him in the ordinary becomes extraordinary over time. If this message challenged you today, write this in the comments. Lord, my work is yours. I will honor you in everything I do. Let that be your declaration. And if this message spoke to your heart, subscribe to FaithSketch, because here, everything is built on the Word of God.